breakdown of UFC Vegas 114 on March 14th. How poetic. Emmett versus Vallejos. We back with another breakdown of an Apex card, the second one of the year that is actually a really good card. I know it's insane to say about an Apex card, but if you know your shit, which you should, this card's actually pretty fucking good. The order for it is one of the most ugly things I've ever fucking seen the UFC do, but, you know, one of the worst orders ever to go on with a good Apex card. Sounds about right. It's already much better than 326 last week, and I actually have a decent amount of hopes for this card. I think it's a pretty solid card. Again, if the order was better, I think most people would agree it's a pretty solid card, and I'm excited for it. I'm really, fuck, it might be the best fight night we get over the next one. It's not a fight night, but the best card we get over the next 3 weeks between this, London, and Seattle. So, but we'll see. We'll see on paper that I think this card is really solid, and see what happens, man. We'll see. Whenever I call a card good, it's terrible. Whenever I call a card terrible, it's terrible. So, can this pass the Mexico card for the best card this year? Very high possibility. I think it could. Again, it's already passed all the pay-per-views just because it's not fucking pissed us off yet. And I think it's gonna be a good card. So I know the main event might not be the flashiest. Rest of the card, it might not be the most like high name worthy, but it's a good card, and enjoy it. I really think this could be a good one. I'm ready for it. I'm gonna enjoy it if it's good. I'm excited for it. So, but first we gotta break it down, which I'm gonna enjoy doing that as well, and I hope you do as well. So, that being said, I think the only thing I have to say before we do said breakdown is, of course, as always, the YouTube bullshit of like, comment, and subscribe. 200 subs goal by the end of 2026. 3 months in, and we've went down. Good job. Yeah, and I think that's really all that needs to be said there, unless I'm forgetting something. I talked about the card being better than people are giving it a chance to be. Did YouTube bullshit. Got 14 fights to break down from the Apex. Some terrible. More of them are actually pretty decent. You ready? I know I am. 14 fights on March 14th for UFC Vegas 114. A lot of 14s in here. So, let's see if 14 is the lucky number this week. You ready? I know I am. UFC Vegas 114 breakdown. Begin. Beginning with the first fight of the night, which I know on paper, I actually don't think this fight's too terrible, because actually is a pretty big fight for the unranked of the division. The winner here definitely should get a top 15 opportunity, and we have in the opening fight of the night that, yeah, I will agree is going to be a decision, but at least it's an important decision, kind of. We have in our first fight of the night to open UFC Vegas 114 for an Apex special, Piera La Fiera Rodriguez versus Sam Page Hughes. Not a bad fight in terms of winner gets a ranking or a ranking fight. So Piera on a 2-fight winning streak, Sam on a 3-fight winning streak. I don't think this fight's terrible. I've seen much worse fights with both of these two in it. And again, at least this one has a bit of importance to it, because again, the winner here definitely should get a ranking opportunity or ranking. So, let's see what happens. Being for first fighter of the night, Piera Rodriguez, 11-2, really should be 12-1. 33 years old, 4-2 in the UFC, again, should be 5-1. Coming off the Contender Series, her wins have been... Wait, this is a rematch? Wait a minute, wait a fucking minute. I did not even know this was a goddamn rematch from a few years ago. Oh, okay, I really did not even fucking know that. Huh. I did not... Back to my point, her 5 wins in UFC have been Kay Hansen, Sam Hughes, Ariane Cornelosi, Josephine Knudsen, and Catelyn Souza. Her one loss was to Jillian Robertson, not counting that Cornelosi fight, because that was bullshit acting. I did not know this was a rematch between Sam and Piera. I'm not even being funny. That makes it a bit more interesting. So they fought back in 2022. They've both had a bit of a career since. Piera going 3-1. We'll see what Sam has went since. Interesting. Piera on a 2-fight winning streak right now. Fraud check. Josephine Knudsen out the UFC. Squeaked by Catelyn Souza, an unforgettable win. Now here against Sam Hughes. I was saying Pierre should have got a top 15 fight. I wouldn't have been against it. I guess you need another win because those wins are not very good. And now we see if she can beat Sam Hughes again. One of your only loss is one of the two fighters in the goddamn co-main. I guess that's not a bad thing. And you already got a win over your opponent. Sam Hughes would be her best one of her career right now, I would say. So, how interesting. Piera, not a great striker and not great cardio, mainly just gonna lay on you. At least in round 1 or 2.5, she'll be a little bit aggressive, but after a certain point, she's just gonna try and lay on you and win. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Most of the time it works, so she's only lost one time. But still, interesting. I did not know this was a rematch, to be honest. And yeah, we'll see if Pierre can beat her again a few years later. Who has got better, who has got worse. Pierre has done better. This is probably the best Pierre has looked in UFC. Can she make it 3 in a row, beating her former opponent again? Let's find out. Can she get that ranking and move to what should be 12-1? Find out. She has clear flaws in her game, and still debatable if they've really been fixed too much. But she's not terrible. One of the better unranked fighters in the division, and see if she can get the win again against Sam Hughes. Speaking of the devil, we have the opponent, Sam Hughes, trying to get revenge here, which I just learned. 11-6, the American here, also 33 years old, 6-5 in the UFC, has a really up and down UFC career so far. Her wins have been Estela Nunez, Elise Reed, Jacqueline Amorim, Victoria Dudakova, Stephanie Luciano, and Shauna Bannon. Her losses have been Tisha Pennington, Lumaluke Boume, Luana Pinheiro, Pierre Rodriguez, and Yasmin Haragi. Since the first PR fight, she has went 4-1, only losing to Yasmin, which has aged pretty bad. I'll tell you that. Winning not amazing wins on her record. She's kind of been a gatekeeper of the division a bit lately against fighters like Luciano and Dudakova, kind of ending Dudakova's run and hype, sending Luciano back to get better. Sean Bannon was garbage from the beginning, so nothing there. And yeah, she started off her UFC career tough. Luma and Tisha back-to-back in the first fights, and even Luana when she was still somewhat competent. So, but yeah, she really benefited fighting terrible talent. If you want to say the Amorim win aged pretty well for a minute, sure. Sam Hughes is never going to be a fighter who's flashy or entertaining or on a highlight reel of a knockout win or loss. But she's not terrible. She's very fine. She knows how to win a fight. If you're not that good, she'll find a way to beat you, because she is not a terrible fighter. She's a fine striker. She has better cardio than Pierre, and just good cardio in general. Grappling's not terrible. If she's not fighting someone who is really decent, again, look at her losses. Her worst loss would be Luana Pinheiro, and that's when she was still somewhat decent. Sam is a pretty decent fighter, and let's see if she can extend the 4 in a row, coming off her first finish in a while against Shauna Bannon, so this is a gigantic step up from her. And let's see if she can get revenge as her first ever rematch in the UFC, or probably in general as well. And see what happens. So let's see if Sam Page can get revenge and maybe get a ranking in the process. So Never thought Sam Hughes would be a ranked level fighter, but another win here. Kind of hard to deny her. So, see what happens. The betting odds for this rematch has the original winner as the favorite here, Pierre Rodriguez at minus 125 to plus 105, and I think she's got it as a bigger favorite since then. I would have this a pick'em, even now with the added knowledge that it's a rematch. I would probably still have it a pick'em. Both have done about the same since the first fight. One, neither has really been losing that much since the first fight. More have been winning. Pierre has gotten better. I would say Sam is... I think both have gotten better, actually, to be honest, since their first fight. And, should be really intriguing to see what happens here. Sam is 2 inches taller, an inch in reach, and 74% picked in a rematch. I gotta agree, as much as I never want to pick Sam Hughes. I've gotta pick Sam Hughes here. Not gotta, but I do think she's the pick here. Could Pierre beat her again? Which again, I didn't even know she beat her one time. Yeah, I could see Pierre winning because she has gotten better. But do I think she will win this? Probably not. I think Sam, again, has gotten better since the first fight. I just think Pierre still has the exact same holes in her game she's had before. Her cardio is not good, her striking is not that good. She is just gonna try and take you down laser, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Will it work on Sam again? We'll see. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say Sam Hughes gets revenge here, gets the win, and ties the series at 1-1. Why so many rematches in 2026? It's like the 5th one already, if not more. So I'm gonna go with the underdog here, and someone I've never really picked because I never really want to, but I just feel like she's the smarter, better fighter here. Give me Sam Hughes to get revenge here. Obviously a decision. I don't even think I need to specify that fucking knowledge, but yeah, give me Sam Hughes to get the win here. Did not know this was a rematch until you just saw me react to it a few minutes ago. Even with that added detail, I'm still gonna go Sam here. Think she's a better fighter, especially since the first fight, and think she gets revenge. So give me Sam Hughes by decision. Give me the underdog. Never want to pick her, but gotta pick someone here in this what I think should be a pick'em. And give me Sam Page to win that fight as my pick and said pick'em. I say she gets revenge. Seems like all the people who lost the first fight in rematches this year have been winning lately. Jocelyn, a few others. So outside of Diego Lopez, might be the only one to have lost. So, but I think Sam gets revenge and gets the win. So give me Sam Hughes by decision here to get revenge at the underdog in a fight that will probably be a split decision. Give me Sam Page to win it and get revenge. So not a great pick to start tonight when you're picking Sam Hughes first thing, but gotta make a pick. Again, I could see Pierre winning because she's not terrible, but I just think Sam's better. So give me Sam Hughes by decision in this random fucking rematch I just learned was a rematch. After that, we go from a fight that's a bit of a pain to pick to one that is not much simpler to fucking predict in every sense of the word. I'm not saying this is a lock, but it's one of the easiest fights to pick on the card. If you're having our second fight of the night, moving to the men's side of things, this one at bantamweight, our first of 2 bantamweight fights, I believe, both on prelims. As we have our second fight of the night, our first male fight of the night, and our first easy fight to pick on the night. Up at bantamweight, we have Luan Larceda versus Hector Gunche Warrior Sosa. Yeah, this is not some hard fight to predict. This was originally meant to be Rinya Nakamura and Luan Larceda, but Rinya pulled out and Sosa stepped in. So the same prediction I would add for Rinya and Luan I have for Sosa and Luan. It's not good for Luan, so speaking of Luan, let's talk about him first, the man to begin with. Luan Larceda, 13-3, 33 years old, third 33-year-old in a row Are we gonna get anyone younger? 1-2 in UFC. His first 2 losses were in his first 2 fights against Cody Stamann and Damon Blackshear. He actually did pretty good against Stamann on short notice. Did not do good against Damon Blackshear. Took 2 years off. Came back a few months ago against Simon Oliveira. Beat him easily. And now he's back. Looks like he's fighting consistently again, which is good. And yeah, he's not that fucking good. He's losing to Damon, understandable. Stamann, fine. It was short notice and he did good. Beat Simon Oliveira, which was bare minimum. Yeah, Luan's not good. He's one of the weakest bandweights in the division. If you do take out guys like Moutinho and Simon, who have been cut, yeah, Luan's pretty much bottom of the barrel of the division. He's not that good, and I don't see him beating many guys in this division or being in this division for too much longer in the UFC. His striking is not great. His grappling is where it's at, and even against Simon Oliveira, he struggled a tiny bit. So, and again, Damon Blackshear finished him on the ground, so what does that tell you? He's not that great of a fighter from Nouveau Uniao, which is a great camp, but not everyone who goes there is great. And, yeah, Luan Arceda is definitely not great. He's just cannon fodder here. They were trying to feed him to Renia Nakamura, which was not even hiding the can crushing. And now they're feeding him to Hector Sosa in his debut. He's not the easiest fight in the division, but he's not far from it. He's not a great fighter. I won't call him a can, because I think he's a little bit better than cans. But if he's cut sooner than later by the end of this year, I would not be shocked. If he loses this fight and one more and is cut, won't be shocked. He's just not that fucking good, and if you really take out garbage like Moutinho, Oliveira, and Patchy Mix, yeah, Luan is maybe the worst in the division or close to it, so what am I really meant to say there? And then for the first 4 debuts tonight, 3 or 4, we have the somewhat short notice, not super, but either way, the opponent here, the A side, the debuting Hector Sosa, 14-1 from Spain. I think, is he the only fighter on the roster from Spain not named Taporia? I feel like I'm forgetting someone. 30 years old, wow, someone under 33, making his debut here, obviously coming off the Contender Series, where he looked fine. He didn't look phenomenal, but he still got the contract, mainly because of his story going into the fight. His father died while he was cutting weight or some shit, and he still made weight, so any excuse not to make weight is bullshit. And, yeah, he got the win against an undefeated kid who was much younger and bigger, if I remember correctly. And, wasn't the greatest fight in the world, or greatest performance, and to be honest, without that story, I doubt he would get signed. But with the story, give him a shot. You know, look at that Dana did having a heart for the first time ever. And, now he's here debuting against Luan Arceda. No notable names on his record, or his amateur career. And on a long winning streak since taking his first loss, coming from a WoW promotion, never heard of it in my life. See how this dude looks. I don't look at Sosa as a great prospect off Contender Series. I think there's much better. He's mid, in my opinion. I think he's a very average fighter. Is he going to be a top guy in the division or a top prospect? No. But is he gonna be garbage and lose to cans? No. He's mid. He's nothing special. He has a good story, and he's a fine enough fighter, but that's about it. I would like to be nicer here with him, because again, he does have a great story, but by that, I did not see anything on Contender Series that showed top prospect, great future fighter. I see decent fighter, respect to him for making weight for that fight, and he's fine. If you said he was the 50th best bantamweight, sure, I would be like, yeah, that sounds about right. Any high, but at 49th, I think I'd be off. So he's fine. Nothing great, nothing awful. Much better than Luan Arceda, and yeah, not really too much else to say there. Got some good hands, grappling. I think we saw in a Contender Series looked fine, well-rounded. Yeah, he's fine. The betting odds for have Hector Sosa minus 230 to plus 195. I would have that a bit wider. I'd probably have Sosa minus 300. I wouldn't go any higher than that. Even though I guess you could, again, for one of the rare fights on this card that is a bit easy to predict. I still wouldn't go over minus 300, even though I don't really see him losing this fight. Sosa's an inch taller, no reach listed, and he's 93% picked, which is crazy. But yeah, I agree, I'm going Hector Sosa here, obviously. He should win. Could Luan win as an underdog? I guess, but I really don't know how he would. That would definitely surprise me a bit, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I think Sosa's levels better on the feet and can hold his own on the ground just fine, like Damon Blackshear did, and he should be able to beat Luan, if not finish him. So give me Hector Sosa by decision here. I see a lot of people are going to finish. I'm not 100% sure why. I get Sosa does have finishes, but I don't know. In Contender Series, I did not see a really finish-heavy guy. 6 knockouts, but 5 decisions as well. And Luan, I think, was only KO'd by Blackshear, and that was because he's fucking stupid, so I'm gonna stay with decision. I just don't see Sosa, the guy who's gonna run through even one of the worst fighters in the division like Luan. I just don't see Sosa, the dude who's just gonna go out there and run through him like it was nothing, so I'm gonna say he wins, but I'm gonna say it's gonna be like a 30-27 decision, just being the much better fighter and getting the win here. So give me Hector Sosa by decision. I guess he get a finish, but I don't really see it. And I guess Luan could spring the upset by lucky submission, but I would highly doubt it. I'm on Hector Sosa by decision. One of the easiest picks on the card. Could be lock tonight, but I trust my lock a bit more for more obvious reasons. And yeah, give me Hector Sosa by decision. Pretty simple. Should win. Luan's not that good. And one of the rare easy fights to pick on this card. After that, we get to our third fight of the night, moving to women's bantamweight right after men's bantamweight, and this fight's much better than the men's bantamweight fight, even if it probably could happen 2 weeks ago in Mexico. Fine to see it here as well. And we have in our third fight of the night, our last female fight to the co-main, and this one is pretty decent. Got a big prospect in there against someone who might be a prospect killer. We have in our third fight of the night at women's bantamweight, the Lady Goat Mesquita versus Montserrat Monster Rendon. Interesting fight here. Making her second walk, has a really hyped prospect by people. Rendon coming off that surprising win over Alice Pereira. Could she spring another upset and take another O of someone the UFC wants to hype up? Let's find out. I think this one's a bit interesting, and see what happens. So we'll begin with the Lady Goat, the undefeated, the hyped up Mesquita. 6-0, 34 years old, gonna be 35 in less than a month. 1-0 in the UFC. In her UFC debut, she easily beat Irina Alkasheva. Bia looks fine. I don't think she looked phenomenal in that Irina fight. She looked like she was the much better fighter versus one of the worst fighters in the division. She is 34. She is a grappler, though we really have not seen. I'm not confident in her striking ability, so she's going to be a lesser striker in most fights, I would imagine. But if you're that good, then on the ground, then you might not need it. Actually, if we just do this, we can see her whole MMA career, which is a bit worrying to only have this many fights at her age. But again, she does have all that grappling, so take that as you will. I guess you want to call her bantamweight Mackenzie Dern, but I think Dern has better striking, I would have to imagine. But, Bia could get better. Again, UFC's high on her, and she's really hyped up. from ATT. I'm actually amazed she didn't get a ranked fight like Michelle Montague did. I guess they trust Montague. It's a little bit farther ahead in her development than Bia. So either way, this is a step up from Irina, obviously, and we know the UFC wants to win this fight. Again, the very hyped up, undefeated grappler who calls herself the goddamn Lady Goat. So, let's see if she can live up to that, man. Again, she looked fine in debut, beating a very easy opponent. Now, how does she look in this one against someone who is a much better grappler, someone who is a veteran, and someone who's just a much better fighter? How will she take getting punched in the face? How will she take it? Maybe grappling ain't so easy like it was against Alkashiva. Let's find out. I think it's very interesting. Women's bantamweight needs anything they can goddamn get. Bia and Montague look like good signings right at the moment, because about the only good thing they've done in this division in months. And see if Bia really is the Lady Goat. She won't be, obviously, but see how far she can go. Can she get past a decent test in Rendon? Let's find out. A step up, and this would be a better way to put it. That step up, making Mexican Montserrat Rendon 7-1, 36 years old, gonna be 37 in a few days. Happy early birthday to her. Wow, I've never been. Well, looks like Evil 2-1 in the UFC. She beat Tamara Vidal in her debut, then lost to Daya Lesnikova, which is a close fight, no bit debatable. Took a bit of time off and came back into Alice Pereira and knocked her off. Another hyped up fighter. The UFC wanted to be good, but isn't. So definitely, I guess, might be a punishment giving her a Bia here if it works. Is Rendon the best fighter? No. Nah, I can just be blunt about it. No, she's not that fucking... I respect her, especially for how funny that Pierre fight was, but yeah, her striking was only better because she's fighting someone so terrible. She's probably the better striker here. She's experienced. Again, she's 37 almost, but more experienced than Bia in MMA. Grappling is fine enough. She's fine. She's not a layup, but she's definitely not the toughest test you can give someone outside of the top 15 in the shallow bantamweight division here. Again, coming off that pure win with a lot of hype and fucking all that. Can she knock off another hyped up undefeated prospect? And this one is actually somewhat talented, unlike Alice Pereira. Let's see, if she can get this one, A, the UFC's really gonna fucking hate her, and B, what a fucking back-to-back it would be at the underdog twice in a row, taking O's. Kinda look like a prospect killer at that point, so see what she can do here. She's definitely, all the chips are stacked against her. She's the B-side here. UFC wants her to lose. Betting odds say she's gonna lose. Can she spring another upset? Can she keep it standing and win again? That she has better cardio? Can she survive on the ground and not go there? If so, she'll probably be the better striker. Is upset possible? Very. Will it happen? Maybe. The betting odds say fuck no, it won't happen. Having BMSQ at a minus 450 to plus 350. That's a bit much. I definitely would move Bia down a bit. I would have Bia minus 330, 340 in that ballpark. I think that'd be much more accurate to this fight. It should be a win, logically, probably. More than likely, Rendon will go down to the ground for or get taken down and get submitted. But could Rendon keep it standing and win? Anything's possible. Anything is fucking possible. Especially in this division. We just saw Rendon win as an underdog a few months ago. Can chat do it again? Maybe. She's much bigger in height, 4 inches and half an inch in reach. 93% picked on Mesquita though. I will go Bia, but I definitely am more I talk about it, the more I could actually see Rendon spring the upset here. So anything is possible again. Anything is goddamn possible. And we're just seeing Rendon pull off an upset. But again, Alex Pereira is one of the worst fighters I've ever goddamn seen. So take that if you will. See how Bia does here. Can she get it down, locking the submission? Can Rendon keep it standing and win? Let's find out. I'm gonna go Mescueta by submission first. I think she'll be able to lock up a leg, an arm, a neck, something or other, and get the win here. But again, if the fight goes past round 1, Rendon has better cardio, they're gonna be sweaty. Anything is possible. But I'm gonna go Mescueta here to get submission in the first finish of the night. I'm definitely talking myself out of my confidence in this pick, but I'm still gonna go Mescueta. If I had to pick Rendon, I wouldn't be upset, but I just don't. I just struggle to see it to an extent. So give me Mescueta by submission the first. I think she's much better than Alex Pereira. I think she will get it down and find the submission. So give me Bia Mescueta by submission in the first. And see, can Rendon do it again, or will Bia continue her hype train? We'll see. Can Bia by submission in the first, and a fight that might not be as one-sided as people say. Let's find out. I'm gonna go with the favorite, but don't be shocked by the upset if it happens. Give me the Lady Goat by submission in the first finish of the night, thankfully, and no female fight. Crazy. Well, don't expect a submission in this next one, because fuck if I know what's gonna happen here. It's not gonna be a finish, that's for sure. And the fourth fight of the night, the Unk battle for the ages. It's actually a fight I don't hate, and I'll explain why. We have, in our fourth fight of the night, a middleweight, a fight that would have been probably better 10 years ago, but you know, I guess better late than never. As we have in our fourth fight of the night at middleweight, Brad Tavares versus Eric, your boy, Anders. I think 2016 called they want their fight back because, yeah, this fight's a bit late to happening, but I don't hate it. Again, let me explain. Why do I not hate this fight? Because I've always got these two mixed up at times, and for like, it was not Eric, it was Brad, or vice versa. Because they've had the same goddamn career. They've both been mid-fighters who never beat any of the top guys, and always got beat by them, so it's very interesting, to be honest, a fight for me to see, and sadly I have to predict it as well, which I'm not looking forward to, picking a 38-year-old battle, both guys coming off losses, so let's talk about it. Oh joy. And again, don't expect to finish here. As we begin with in terms of fights and decisions or some bullshit, Brad Tavares, 21-11, 38 years old, 16-11 in the UFC. No, I'm not going down his whole goddamn UFC career to go down his best wins. That might be even shorter. Phil Baroni, that's a fucking name. Lorenz Larkin, Nate Marquardt, Elias Theodorou, Talis Latis, Christoph Jotko, Antonio Carlos Jr., Omar Yakhmedov, Chris Weidman, and GM3. Some of his notable losses: Yoel Romero, Robert Whitaker, Tim Bosch, Izzy, Shabazian, Drakus, Bruno Rodriguez, Park, Brychek. So outside of Robert Brychek, he's only lost to pretty decent fighters. Prime Bruno Silva was not too bad. So I'll give Tavares that. He's only lost to actually pretty solid fighters until he fought Robert Brychek and got beat up for some fucking reason that I'll never understand. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened there. He was my lock tonight for that card, and he got beat by Robert Brychek, who's fucking garbage. So I'm very confused what happened there, but Then he got cut, but he got re-signed. I'm confused. But, yeah, he definitely needs to retire, because he's not looked great lately. The Park fight looked okay. Against GM3, he did what he did, nothing crazy. And then Brychek beat him. He's probably perfect for PFL or GFL at this point, but UFC re-signed him and giving him another shot. Sure, I guess, why not? Kind of a do or die for him. I would not be shocked if he's gone with a loss here. And, yeah, I guess I won't be shocked if they only find him back just to break that most wins or decisions or whatever fucking record he has. And, yeah, but yeah, that Brychek fight is easily the worst performance of his career. And, if that guy shows up again, he ain't fucking winning. Because I have got nothing new to say about his opponent, though, because his opponent has had about the same career as he has. The opponent being Eric Anders, 17-9, 38 years old. He'll be 39 in about under a little over a month. 9-9 and 1 UFC. A little backwards from that number, weird ass number. And again, same thing. His best wins on his losses. His best wins have been Marcus Perez, GM3, Darren Stewart, Kyle Dawkins, and Chris Weidman. God, those are terrible wins. What would be his best win there? Fucking Chris Weidman, GM3. His losses have been Lyoto Machida, Thiago Santos, Eli Theodoro, Khalil Roundtree, Christoph Jotko, Andre Muniz, Jung Young Park, Marc-Andre Barrios, and CLD. And you have a no contest versus Darren Stewart, which was bullshit, so... yeah, Anders is washed and needs to retire as well, but at least he lost to CLD, who is much better than Robert Brychek, and he won 2 fights before that against Old Man Weidman and shitty Jamie Pickett, so good job there. Same thing I said for Tavares. He's really old, needs to retire. He's had better days. Again, Tavares probably had the better career. He has a few better wins and better losses even. But, yeah, Anders not really much different than Tavares in terms of their career. Most of those losses are guys that they were just meant to lose to, and those wins are usually terrible fighters, so... not much to really say there about an ancient Eric Anders. Going off their last fight, I might say Anders is less washed, because at least he lost to someone much better than Robert Brychek. And, but let's see which Unk actually wins this fight, because fuck if I know. Just get ready for a decision is the only thing I do know. And, 38-year-old battle. Great. The Bang On first fight have Brad Tavares as a slight favorite at -135 to +115. I don't agree with that. This should be a pick'em in every sense of the word. Do you go with the guy who just lost to Robert Brychek, or the guy who is 38 years old, almost 39, not that great anymore? You could say that for both guys, but still... good luck picking this goddamn fight is all I can say. Your guess is as good as mine, so... flip a coin and pray. Both are 6-1. Anders has an inch in reach, and Anders is 54%, so he is the favorite here on picks by a pair. I'm gonna go Eric Anders here, I believe. I just cannot pick a dude who just got bitched out by Robert Brychek. I just can't, dude. I can't, and I won't, and I'm not. He is just too washed after that performance. I don't know what happened there or why it happened, but I'm not picking a dude who just got washed by Robert Brychek. Nope, not today. Give me Eric Anders. I somehow think he's less washed, and I'm going with him here. Give me Eric Anders here by decision. Or anyone picking finishes here, I guess a little bit. I just can't pick a dude who got washed by Robert Brychek. So, give me Eric Anders by decision. Again, kind of like Sam Hughes' fight. Expect a split decision and expect most people to get this wrong. Again, flip a coin and pray. And, yeah, I actually do enjoy this matchmaking, though, as hard as it is to predict. I'm so intrigued, and, see what happens. Give me Eric Anders, I guess. Give me the underdog. I just can't pick Tavares after that last showing. So give me your boy by decision in the Unk battle for the ages. GFO will be doing the rematch in about 5 years. What a fucking fight. Give me your boy by decision. Ah, God, Jesus Christ. After that, we get to, in my opinion, the worst fight on the card. I know I'm not going to waste much time here, because not much time needs to sit here. As we have in our 5th fight of the night at lightweight. I believe our only lightweight fight of the night, which is rare. Usually lightweight has a lot more fights on the card, but not this one. This one, they gave the garbage of lightweight here. As we have in our 5th fight of the night, and I'm not going to waste much time here because I think this is a complete can battle. As we have in our 5th and worst fight of the night, Balaji, the Zulu warrior, Oki versus Menumito Sosa. Again, I think this is a complete can battle. Balaji Oki is garbage. I think he's 2-2 in the UFC since getting signed. Garbage. As well would beat him on a full camp. For Mano Sosa, I don't think he got signed. I don't think he was a good signing. He was losing that fight in Contender Series and got fucking lucky. I think both these guys are fucking terrible, and I think this is the worst fight on the card, easily. So, yeah, I'm not looking forward to it one fucking bit. Betting odds are very one-sided to Souza. I really don't understand why. That shiny 13-1 record, which is super fraudulent, about the same height. Oki has a bigger reach. I don't give a fuck, biased or not. I'm going Balaji Oki here. I think he's better. I truly do. I think Sosa is garbage. Truly, I think he's fucking terrible. And I'm going Balaji Oki here. I'm just not picking a can like Manuel Sosa. I don't think he's that good. He did not look good on Contender Series. He shouldn't have been signed. Getting Balaji Oki by decision. I have no other way to put it. If I'm wrong, I probably will be fine, but I'm just not picking a guy who I think is like a fucking can, who shouldn't have been signed, like Manuel Sosa, versus a guy who I think Oki's terrible. I think he's the better fighter here. Give me Balaji Oki by decision. Garbage fight, garbage fighters. Biased or what, I don't care. Give me Oki to get the win and show this guy's a fucking clown. Next. From garbage to actually one of the best fights on the card, and actually these last three are really fucking good. As we go from the garbage of the card to some of the best of the card in our 6th fight of the night, back at bantamweight for a goddamn banger, two of the best prospects in the division, and I'm really excited for this fight. Again, one of the better fights on the card. Cannot wait. Who takes their first UCL in this banger between Elijah Swift Smith versus Jiu-Jitsu Su Young Yu. What a good fucking fight. Almost to the extent I almost hoped they would do this a few years later after these guys got a few more wins under their belts. But if they want to do it now, I'm not going to complain because this fight is awesome. Great fight. I'm excited. Let's talk about it, beginning with the very, very good a prospect, American Elijah Smith, 9'1", 23 years old, 2-0 in UFC, coming off the knockout of the year, in my opinion, in 2025 against Kazama. Before then, he did struggle a bit against Vince Morales, but still got the win. It's a 2-0, and he even beat Aaron Tao, who you've talked about before on the Contender Series. So, you know, he is fighting not great competition, but competition nonetheless. This kid's good. This kid is really fucking good. His striking is alright, his grappling is really good, he's stupidly strong, cardio is decent. he's good. He's really fucking good. And, yeah, getting his first real opponent. A giant step up from cans like Kazama and Morales, and even Tao to an extent, so I'm excited to see how Smith does here against someone very decent like Su Young Yu, again coming off the knockout of the year last year, in my opinion, 23 years old, 9-1, such a good fighter. His dad was in the UFC or some shit a bunch of years ago. This is one of the best prospects in the division, just a great fighter. And, yeah, I'm super excited to see him again. We've seen a small sample size against bad fighters. Now we get to see how he does against someone very decent. I'm excited, man. Elijah's a very good fighter. Again, I would say one of the better prospects in the division. And if he's ranked by the end of the year, I would not be shocked. He's, reminds me a lot of Jacoby Smith. And, see what happens here. See if he can get a really nice name on his record. That name he would be getting on his record with a win would be the opponent here, the also undefeated in the UFC, Su Young Yu, 16-3, 30 years old, 3-0 in the UFC, counting the road to UFC there, where he beat, now I'm gonna try that name, beat Jalisha, I believe how you would say it. Then in the UFC's beat AJ Cunningham and Wong Zhao. Neither one of aged great, maybe actually after last week, but still, wins are wins. And sadly, I kind of feel for Su Young Yu here, because I feel like the UFC's kind of like, okay, we tried a few, and we're gonna now feed you to Elijah. Not saying like Yu's a terrible fighter who's just gonna get fed to people, but yeah, it kind of feels like what they're doing here. Like, Su Young's a pretty decent fighter. Again, his striking is getting better, his grappling is obviously, jiu-jitsu is really good. One road to UFC, I really think he's one of the better road to UFC winners that we've seen. And, dude's pretty solid. I think dude's pretty solid. But I guess UFC is kind of already over him, feeding him to a guy like Elijah, who, if you won this fight, that would skyrocket him into a high position. But I kind of don't see that happening, even for as decent as I think Yu is. I just don't see it happening, so maybe it does. Maybe UFC is setting him up to be something huge, but it doesn't feel like it. And we'll see though. We'll see. He's still decent, so he, I guess, could spring the upset. He's well-rounded, but yeah, I don't even go too good for Su Young here, so we'll see though. It feels like UFC is kind of just over him already. And so are the betting odds, having Elijah Smith minus 200 plus 170. I guess that's a bit accurate. I wouldn't go any higher than 200. I think you'd really be over-inflating the odds at that point. So I think 200 to 190 is fair. So can't really complain there. Let's see, Elijah's much bigger by 3 inches and has a 6-inch reach advantage, 86% picked, and I'm going to agree with that 86%. I'm picking Elijah Smith here. Like I said, I kind of feel like UFC's kind of just done trying to push you after fine performances, but nothing amazing. Just trying to get a nice name on Elijah Smith's record, and I think they'll succeed in doing that. Smith is really good and Yu is decent, but I just don't see Yu being able to beat Elijah. Could he? Of course, again, I do think Su Young's a decent fighter, but I just don't see it happening, to be honest. So I feel like they're just trying to get Elijah the win that is good and kind of safe. So let's see if that holds true. Give me Elijah Smith by decision here. Doubt we get a finish in this fight. Possibility, maybe we get another goddamn power bomb, who knows, but I'm gonna say unlikely. I feel like we're gonna see scorecards again here, so give me Elijah Smith by decision here. I think he's really good. I think he's one of the best prospects in the division, which says a lot for bantamweight. I think he's gonna add a really nice name to his record here, so give me Elijah Smith by decision. Maybe could Jiu-Jitsu pull off the upset? of course, but I don't think he does. UFC's kind of done with him, so give me Elijah Smith by decision to add a third win to his already growing resume and high prospect status. Give me Elijah Smith to, I would hopefully get another knockout of the year. Maybe that's a little too much. Just get the win. I say he will by decision. After that, we head to our co-main event of the prelims, maybe the funniest fight in terms of visuals on the card as we go up to heavyweight, which is never a good thing to say, but here it actually is because this is a pretty solid fight, and again, just funny to look at visually, as we have in our co-main event of the prelims in the heavyweight division, bodybuilder versus fat guy. And we have Vitor Petrino versus Steven Concrete Asplund. I'm really happy Kennedy and Dutchko pulled out of this fight, because now we get Asplund and Petrino, which is a much better fight. Again, bodybuilder versus fat guy. This is a fun fight. I'm excited for it. Let's fucking talk about it. Beginning with was ranked at the time this fight got booked, but have taken out the rankings for some Tai Tuivasa, for fuck's sake. And we have Vitor Petrino, the bodybuilder side of the fight. 13-2, 28 years old, 6-2 in the UFC, and no point talking about his light heavyweight run because that ended in flames. Since moving up to heavyweight, he is 2-0, beating Austin Lane and Thomas Peterson. So we've been getting layups since moving up to heavyweight. This is his first real test. Again, originally it was meant to be another layup in Dutchko, so what does that tell you? Petrino is better at heavyweight, I'll definitely say that, because the guys he's fighting are worse. He could be a top 15 dude at heavyweight because he's, again, it's heavyweight, and yeah, he got good power in his hands. His grappling's alright, so cardio is a bit still debatable. We haven't really been tested in the cardio department. I don't think he looked too gassed against Peterson, but Peterson really didn't test him that much at all. Still don't think he's that good at all, but heavyweight's just pathetic, so anyone could do good there. And Petrino has been doing good there, now about 250 goddamn pounds. Dude looks fucking insane. And let's see if I can get his best one at heavyweight, and probably the best one of his career up to this point. In this one, that would probably get him right back into that top 15. And yeah, bodybuilder, good power, fine grappling. See if he can knock off a hyped up prospect here and continue his new wave at heavyweight. Because he is fighting everyone's favorite fat guy himself, Steven Asplund, 7-1, 27 years old, 1-0 in the UFC, coming out with Contender Series. In his UFC debut, he had a banger with Sean Sharif, getting a 5-night bonus and the win. And now he gets a gigantic step up against the best fighter he's fought in his career so far, in Vitor Petrino. This is gonna tell us a lot about Asplund. We know he's a really good striker, we know he has really good cardio, but can he grapple? We don't know. We've not seen him grapple in either of his two fights we've seen so far. So can he grapple? That's gonna be the story of this fight. If he can't, he's gonna get fucked up here. If he can, I think he wins this fight, man. He's good. This guy, like, memes aside, he's actually not terrible. His striking is good, quick, powerful. His cardio looks good. He's a dog. He's more than a meme, man. He's actually pretty decent. And just can he grapple? If he can, even the bare minimum, and keep it standing here, dude might actually be something in this division. And we're gonna find out, man. Is he more than a meme? I'm very excited to find out. This should be a banger. I'm excited. Can he grapple? If so, we're gonna get a fucking banger and see what happens. The betting odds for this fight are going towards the bodybuilder. I'm fucking shocked. -220 to +185. I wouldn't have him that big of a favorite. I get Petrino being a favorite, but I'd have like minus 180, 170 at lowest. I get why Asplund would be the underdog here. We don't know much about his grappling. If he can't grapple, then yeah, 220 is right. But if he can grapple, Asplund is the best underdog on the card at that fucking rate. If he can grapple and keep it standing, he's gonna win this fight, and that could be a problem, man. That could really be a problem. But that all depends on if he can grapple. He is much bigger, height-wise, at 6'5", 6'2", and he has a half an inch in reach. Pretty much a pick-em on Tapology. I'm going Asplund. I'm going Asplund. I think he can keep it standing. I think he can win this fight. It might be it might be a fun one. It might get crazy. I won't Asplund though. I just think it's gonna be an insane fight, and I think he's gonna survive the ground, if not just be able to keep it off the ground and win. So I'm excited. Give me Steven Asplund by... I don't see a decision here. I think he's gonna want that finish. I'm gonna say Asplund by... I'm gonna say knockout in the third. I haven't picked a third round finish at all this year, and it's hard to fucking predict those, but I just feel here. I feel like Asplund knockout in the third when Petrino's gassed and can't really go anymore. Ask Steven if he still has good cardio at that point. I think he can put a pace on and win. Give me Steven Asplund by knockout in the third. Even if he drops the first 2 rounds, I think he's still gonna be a live dog to win, and I say he does it. I say he's more than a meme. I say he can stop takedowns or at least survive to round 3. I'm going to say he gets the finish in round 3. So, give me Steven Asplund by knockout in the third. This is going to be awesome. I'm really excited for this fight. Or Petrino just lays on him and beats him, which would suck. But if that happens, it happens. If not, then we're going to have a banger here. And give me Steven Asplund by knockout in the third. Can't wait. Awesome fight. And can he grapple or not? Can a fat guy beat the bodybuilder? This is why we love this sport, especially if it happens. What a moment it would be. Give me the fat guy. Give me Steven Asplund by knockout in the third. He will do the impossible. Fat power, beat the bodybuilder. Let's fucking go. Amazing fight. Can't wait. And then we end the prelims with another GOAT that this should definitely be on the main card, but you know, UFC's fucking stupid. So it's the feature prelim at least, which is fine, as we have our featured prelim in the welterweight division. A pretty simple fight to predict, even more so that we have the GOAT in it versus a joke, as we have our featured prelim in the welterweight division. Still should be on the main card. Chris the Crying Man Curtis versus the GOAT Miktabek Oral By. Yeah, obviously Miktabek Oral By is gonna win this fight. Do I really need to explain that in grand detail? Curtis, down at welterweight now, is 1-0, and he did not look that good against Max Griffin. It was a very debatable decision. He's 38 years old. He's getting older. He's not looked great lately. I can't even name his last good performance. What would be fucking Rodolfo Vieira like 4 years ago or some shit. So he's not looked very good lately. For Miktabek, since moving down to moving up to welterweight, he is 1-0 after killing Jack Hermanson. If you want to count the Euros match fight as well, which is debut at welterweight, 2-0 at welterweight, and what a win that has been. Did lose to Ron Becky, but lightweight's just not his weight class. And now at welterweight, getting another former middleweight, which is hilarious. He should win this. Pretty basic. Chris Curtis is a bitch, always will be and has been. And yeah, Miktabek should win. It will win this because he's just better. So it's definitely a step up from Jack Hermanson, but yeah, you barely like. And I actually think Max Griffin's decent. Curtis looked terrible against him, and I think Mektabek should beat him pretty easily here, so I mean Mektabek roll by probably decision here, minus 225. I think that should be higher. I'd have him minus 280, 290 in that ballpark. 91% on the GOAT. He is the same height with a inch and a half in the reach disadvantage, 10 years younger, and just 10 times better. So, doing Mektabek roll by decision. I don't know what world Chris Curtis will win this fight. He's weaker on the feet. He's weaker on the ground. He has worse cardio. Mektabek is going to beat him pretty easily here. I don't think he'll finish him, because I will say that is the one thing with Curtis. He is tough to finish. I think Kopylov is the only guy to finish him, and that was even a debatable finish. So, I'll give him that, but Mektabek should still beat him. Probably 30-27, I wouldn't be shocked. And, give me Mektabek roll by decision here. The GOAT should win this fight. And, yeah, not too much else to say there. So, Chris Curtis is still a bitch and will always be. Keep riding Sean Strickland's coattails as Mektabek beats your ass off his own. Give me Mektabek to the GOAT, oral by decision. Could get a finish. Oh, God, I would love to see it, but I doubt it. So, I'm just say he gets the win, and sends a crying man to cry about another decision he clearly lost. And bang! 8 fights later. That's just the goddamn prelims. I love and hate long 14, 15 fight cards. Love them because a lot of fights. Hate them, gotta break them down. So, pros and cons of it all. And, yeah, and amazing final 3 to end the prelims. Even the first few fights, like Pierre and BR, are fine. These are kinda but what can you do? Pretty solid prelims, a really strong ending to them, and should be fun, so. But wait, there's more. There's still 6 more fights. Some of them are good on the main card, some of them are terrible. Let's talk about all of them. Well, I should said we're gonna talk about all of them, so that made more sense. Damn it. Beginning with the main card opener in 15 of flyweight. We get this fight thanks to Lonnie Kavanaugh getting called to Mexico to go do something. I think he did pretty good in that, from what I remember. As we have in our main card opener in the flyweight division's top 15, we have Bruno Bulldog Silva versus Charles Energy Johnson. Well, when Lonnie Kavanaugh gets called to go shock the world in Mexico, here comes Energy, who if he didn't lose to Perez would have probably been fighting Moreno and winning. You dumb fuck. Yeah, this is an interesting one. Bruno coming off a win, Energy coming off a bad loss. Let's see what happens there. Beginning with the higher ranked of the two, Silva 15, 7, and 2. God, that's an ugly record. Not even like it's a bad record, just weird. 35 years old, gonna be 36 in a few days. Him and Rendon, I think, have the same birthday. 5, 4, and 1 in the UFC. His wins have been JP Baez, Victor Rodriguez, Tyson Nam, Cody Durden, Hyung Sung Park. His losses have been David Dvorak, Tagir Ulanbekov, Manel Kopp, and Joshua Van, having a no contest for Khalil Taha back in his debut. Bruno, the first thing that comes to mind with Bruno is, I know he trained with Henry Cejudo. I don't know if he still does. He has good power in his hands, good striking, grappling's getting better. He is old, and that's for sure. He is getting older. A few good wins. Cody Durden, Tyson Nam are some really solid wins, coming off a nice underdog win against Hyung Sung Park, which I got badly wrong. His losses, all very, well, David Dvorak, but his last 3 losses, Tagir, Kopp, and Van, what the fuck can you say about any of those outside of understandable? He's not terrible. He's fine. Is he a top 15 level guy? I guess. I guess. Yeah, I feel like it. He doesn't really feel like it, but I guess if you want to say he is, sure. He's not terrible by any means. Again, good power in his hands, one of the heaviest hitters in the division. Again, his grappling is decent. He did train with Henry Cejudo, so what did that tell you? But it just feels like he's just another guy in the division. Good thing that he's actually being active now after taking a lot of time off in between fights for a while. But again, he is active now, and see if he can get another upset win here. So he doesn't have much more time to make a run. He's getting older, in his mid-30s at flyweight. Never a good sign unless you're Tim Elliott. And let's see what Bruno can do here. So it would be another huge win. He has the power, and we just saw Charles get knocked out, so it's possible. So see if he can do it. He shut me up last time. Will he do it again? Most fighters usually do. But he is fighting a guy who also shut me up because I picked him and I was fucking wrong last time. Already over the year, I think the first fighter like twice this year already. Charles Johnson, 18-8, 35 years old as well. 7-6 in the UFC. Not gonna go down his whole UFC career because kind of a tale of two careers. The first career when he was terrible, kind of on the verge of getting cut and had a good case to be cut. But ever since then, he's really bounced back. Went on a nice 4-fight winning streak. Last person to beat Joshua Van. Lost Temerov, but that should still be a no contest. Beat Kavanaugh, how well is that aged? And then the weird loss to Alex Perez where he somehow got knocked out back in January 2 months ago. That, he fucked himself so bad with losing that fight, because if he would have won that fight, he would have got called in to fight Moreno, but he's a fucking idiot and lost, got exposed there, and now he starts back at the bottom. He's lucky to be getting another top 15 fight here, Jesus Christ. Needs to win this one or all of his hype is gonna be gone. Getting older, like he's talented, but what the fuck happened versus Perez? We need energy to show up here, not whoever the fuck showed up versus Perez, and hopefully that happens. So if so, he should win this, just like he should have beat Perez. But does that happen? So find out. The betting on first fight have energy minus 205 plus 175. I can't have him that big of a favorite after the Perez fight. I would have him minus 160, 150. He's fighting a heavier hitter than Perez after just getting knocked out. Yeah, you should not be minus 200. I'll say that with full confidence. Just another battle of 35-year-old and 38-year-olds of Eric and Brad. It's an old-ass card, man. Johnson is much bigger, 5'9" to 5'4", and has 4 inches in reach, 77% picked. As much as I say he shouldn't be minus 200, I am still picking him here. If he shows up at his best, unlike the Perez fight, he'll win. He is better than Bruno. If he can just keep himself from getting knocked out, he's fine on the ground, he has better cardio, he should win. But if he gets that chin checked again, gets knocked out, I would not be fucking surprised at all. So it's gonna be a scary one. Bruno's gonna be throwing bombs at his fucking head trying to knock it off, and he just might. Or energy will do his thing, get a win, and go from there. So see what happens. I'm going Charles Johnson by decision here. He should win, if he shows up at his best like he has a lot of the time lately, just not against Perez, and give me energy by decision. Again, I'm worried Bruno's going to catch that chin again and get the win, which is a possibility, but I'm going to say it doesn't happen. Give me energy by decision to get back on track and not look like whatever the fuck happened against Perez, so there you go. Give me energy to begin the main card. You can finally upgrade to get on main cards after being an Apex prelim only for months. Jesus. And then we get to garbage. Let's get this out of the way now. The fight that has no reason to be this high on the card. At least got moved down a bit, but why is it on the main card? A waste of time. One of the worst fights on the card that means fucking nothing at light heavyweight, or second fight of the main card that, again, thank God got moved down for being the featured bout. We have Omar Sy versus Ian the Hulk Kutilaba. Garbage fight, garbage fighters. Homer Sai's already been exposed against Alonzo Menafield, where he looked terrible, and yeah, he looked good since. Beat Brunson Ibero and Da Woong Jung and Tugo Tacos. Ass, and ass. This dude's awful. Yeah, Kutilaba on the other hand, I don't even know why he's still signed after all these years of being mid, not even, to be honest. He's only 32 years old. This fight's garbage. France versus Moldova is a weird-ass soccer game. I don't know if the UFC saw if the Apex was in Paris this week, but outside of that, why is this on the main card? Why is this above Oralby? Fuck, why is this above Elijah and Asplund, for fuck's sake? Sai is minus 180, should be minus 200, I would say. 3 inches taller, giant reach advantage, 83% picked. Give me Omar Sai by decision in this fucking piss break. He's better. Kutilaba sucks. Yeah, if you can survive round 1, you'll be fine. Give me Omar Sai by decision. Waste of time, shitty fight next. Then another fight that shouldn't be on the main card, but I won't be as harsh on this one, because at least I understand why it's on the main card. You want to build a prospect, fine. I don't agree with it, but fine, you could just have Elijah Smith and Su Young Yu, but another bad main card fight, but at least it makes more sense than this. Now we go to our third fight of the main card, and actually this is a back-to-back featherweight fight on this main card. This one is definitely the lesser of the two. And we have in our third fight of the main card, a fight between a soon-to-be exposed bad fighter and an already exposed bad fighter. We have Maran Freaky Rahiki versus Harry Houdini Hardwick. I still don't agree with it being on the main card, but at least it makes more sense. One guy is a can, and the other one I think will be down the line. Let's talk about it. Beginning with the last night for another city kickboxing guy. You can't fucking escape him. Maran Rahiki, 7-0, 23 years old. Coming out of Contender Series where he looked fine. Got the win. Fun fight. He's a fun fighter, not a good fighter. He got clipped in that fight against Mulumba really bad, like 3 times. Got like 10-8'd in round 1, but did come back and win. He's tough, he's entertaining, he's not good. If he fights someone, put him in, like we'll talk about him in a few minutes, put him in there with Jose Delgado, he's getting sparked out cold. Put him in there with Kevin Vallejos, he's getting sparked out cold. He leaves himself too open, and better fighters will fucking take advantage of that. Good thing the guy who was fighting on Contender Series sucked, and gassed, and quit, so, and guess what? He's fighting another. I would say the guy on Contender Series was better than the guy he's fighting this week, so, what does that tell you? Again, Rahiki's fine, he's nothing special, he's entertaining, and he's tough. I don't think he's a prospect. I don't think he's gonna be a prospect. I don't think he's that good. He's entertaining. So I'm not saying he did not deserve to get signed on Contender Series. He did. For fight that fun, he did. But I don't think he's gonna do much in the UFC. And prove me wrong. Unlike Sosa, I don't hate him because I actually do think he deserved a contract. But now you gotta prove me wrong. Now you'll be more than just a fun fight guy. Let's see. And we're gonna see if he can do the basic can crushing that the UFC loves, because he is fighting a can and for Harry Hardwick, 13-4-1, 31 years old, from the Hardwick brothers, who are both fucking terrible, and people say Harry's the better one. That says a lot. 0-1 UFC, coming off getting killed by Cory Fernandez in 3.5 minutes. Yeah, this guy's a fucking joke. He's one of the worst fighters on this card. The Hardwicks are one of the worst set of brothers in MMA history, and they might be the worst, because I don't think I've seen. I will take the Walkers over them. I'll take the Usmans. I think Muhammad's better than both of them. The Burns brothers, now I would take both of them. I'm trying to think who's a terrible. Shevchenko's, Antonina's better than both of them. the Figueiredos. I'll take Francisco Figueiredo over both of them. Like, their talent, his brother, George Hardwick, whatever, for the Contender Series, he sucks, and Harry's garbage, so they're fucking terrible. They only got signed because they talk big and they beat up nobodies in Cage Warriors, which means you suck, because no one good comes from Cage Warriors. It's like Conor McGregor and Michael Bisping 20 years ago. Good shit. This dude's a joke, and yeah, he didn't get beat up here because he fucking sucks. The betting on first fight have Morihiki minus 235 to plus 200. I would have minus 2, between 250 and 290 in that ballpark for Morihiki. Should win. He's much better. Pretty basic there. Same height, 1 inch in reach. Yeah, Morihiki should win this fight. I'm gonna go Marwan Morihiki by, I'm gonna say knockout in the second. He should be able to finish Hardwick. Leg kicks, piece him. I don't think he has leg kicks as good as Fernandez. Obviously, not many people do, but yeah, he should still finish Hardwick, make him quit again like the bitch that he is, and get the win. So I would say, I hope I'm wrong here. I don't. I will cheer for Marwan here, because he's much better and he's more respectable than fucking Hardwick brother. So, give me a Marwan Morihiki by knockout in a second to break bitch-ass Hardwick pretty easily, and, yeah, pretty basic, so, not really too much else to say there. Give me Freaky Morihiki by knockout in a second. Hardwick's a can. Next. From a battle of not great featherweights to a fight between two of the best unranked featherweights, we move to our featured bout of the main of the card in general. A banger in the featherweight division that has no choice or reason or anything of going the full 15, because this is going to be short, sweet, and fun. And we have in our fourth fight of the main card, our featured bout of the main card, a banger between Andre Touchy-Feely versus Jose Delgado. What a great fight. This is gonna be a banger. Someone's gonna get finished. Let's fucking talk about it. No, I can't sell this fight to you, because you already know it's great, so simple. Let's talk about it. Beginning with the vet here. His favorite, Touchy-Feely, Andre Feely, the OG. Impossible not to like him. 25-12, 35 years old, 13-11-1 in the UFC. Not gonna go down his whole UFC career, but I'll go down his last couple years. He did not have a great 2020 and 2021, taking some L's. The Joanne Brito fight looked like a really bad time in his career, but he has bounced back since. Beat Bill Algeo, lost to Nathaniel Wood in a banger, beat Luke Almeida, lost to Danny Ige, beat Cub Swanson, debatably, lost to Melky, and beat C-Rod as an underdog back last year, and now he's back here. So we're seeing with Feely that he can beat shittier fighters, and he loses to good ones at this point. His chin is really gone at this point, really glassy, a good shot, and he's going out like the Danny Ige fight. Grappling, he's decent grappling, he's a good veteran fighter, smart grappling, cardio, he's really good, striker, power, etc., but it's just, his chin is really bad, and then look who he's fighting, so that could go well. 35 years old, still no reason to talk about retirement, because he's still really good. Still one of the best unranked guys in the division, and yeah, outside of just having a weak chin, he's well-rounded, he's a good veteran, he's a crafty veteran, whatever you want to say. What am I really meant to say about Touchy-Feely that you don't already know? So, pretty fucking basic, if you ask me. As for the opponent, who should be on now, and I'm going to say he is, we have the opponent, Jose Delgado, 11-1, 27 years old, going to be 28 soon, 3-0 in the UFC, coming out of Contender Series, since Contender Series, he has won 3-0 in the UFC, beating Conor Matthews, Hyder Emil, and he 100% beat Nathaniel Wood, but got completely fucked over. Did Chillian go the full 15 there and look good? Again, he clearly fucking won that fight, but, you know, judges are fucking stupid. Hopefully he makes weight this time, shouldn't be an issue, and, yeah, Delgado's really good from the lab, which, you know, produces really good strikers, O'Malley, Delgado, etc. This kid has good fucking power, good striking, good cardio, ground game looks fine. He's good. I'll be amazed if he's not ranked in the next few years, and, he's very fucking good. What more can I really say? Again, he did beat Nathaniel Wood, no matter what the fucking thing says, so he is 11-1, and, yeah, he's really good. Got good power, striking, well-rounded in his own right. It should be fun, man. What more can I say? Pretty simple. You have a win over Nathaniel Wood, you're pretty fucking good. And we're about to see Nathaniel Wood win next week, so crazy. The betting odds for this fight have Jose Delgado minus 265 to plus 225. Yeah, I would have Delgado minus 300. He should win this fight, sadly. I hate to say that about Andre, but I don't see an outcome for this fight that does not end with Feely out cold. So, same height, Delgado, and same reach. 92% picked for Delgado, and I agree, I'm going Jose Delgado by knockout in first. I guess could Feely kind of just be a crafty veteran and win this fight? Sure. I just don't see it. I really don't. I just don't. If Nathaniel Wood is getting dropped by Delgado, and we know Wood's really fucking good, if he's getting dropped, Feely, you're fucked. You're completely fucked here. I just don't see how Delgado does not end up knocking Feely out here, so I'm gonna say that happens, and I'm gonna go Jose Delgado by knockout in the first, which sucks to predict. Again, I never want to see Andre Feely lose, but I just really struggle to see this going any other way outside of Feely getting knocked the fuck out here, so give me Jose Delgado by knockout in the first. Sorry, Andre, just don't see it happening, brother. And, yeah, not very much else to say there. It would be cool to see Andre win, but I just don't see it. So, give me Delgado by knockout in the first to send Andre to the Shadow Realm. Maybe a bit nicer than Danny Gay did. Give me Delgado to stay undefeated in the UFC by knockout in the first. And a fucking banger. After that, we got our co-main event of the... It's rare to see a female fight actually get the placement on the card it deserves lately. So I'm really happy about this placement. And we have a fight I already broke down a few months ago when it was meant to happen. But now we got it here again, as we have in the co-main event of the evening, a well-deserved top 10 ranked co-main in the strawweight division. We have finally gonna happen, it seems, Amanda Lemos versus Julian the Savage Robertson. Fight that was meant to happen on the Royval Cup card a few months ago finally happens here. Hopefully Lemos does not pull out for no goddamn reason, and we finally get this fight, so knock on wood. I'm not gonna do a full in-depth breakdown because I already broke down this fight when it was meant to happen on the Cop card because it didn't get cancelled till weigh-in day, so I'll put the link to that breakdown on the top right if you want a more in-depth breakdown of this fight. But to give us cliff notes, Lemos is really old. We all know her weakness is grappling. She is the better striker here, but can she keep it striking? She is 30, almost 9 years old. Who knows if this could be her last one? I would not be shocked. I would not be shocked if she went to boxing or some shit after this, because MMA is just kind of passing her by at this point. For Joe Robb, 4-fight winning streak, I still say she should have been the one fighting Verna Jandiroba for the vacant belt back in October, but whatever. 4 in a row, beating Polly, Gomez, Pinheiro, and Marina, retiring Marina, and Michelle Watterson. 4 in a row. Amazing grappler, great cardio, great ground and pound and submissions. She's really solid. What more can you really say there? One of the best in this division right now. If you take Whaley out, I think there's a strong case to be made for Robertson to be the best strawweight right now. And I will say she will fight for the belt sometime soon. I think her against Whaley will be the next title fight after Whaley chops Mackenzie Dern in goddamn half. So, but first she has to beat Amanda Lemos. I think she'll do that just fine. Minus 185 here. Should probably be minus 200. We've seen Lemos lose to grapplers many times at this point. I just don't think she's ever been finished by one. I know Andrade finished her, but that was just Andrade somehow finding a way to do so. Oh yeah, Verna did submit her as well. I forgot about that. Tatiana did not, so no. Lemos does usually avoid submissions well, but we'll see if she can here. Robertson is an inch taller, and Lemos has 2 inches in reach. Robertson 84% picked. And I'm gonna go with the same pick I had in the first time it was booked. Juliana Robertson to get the win here. My dilemma with this fight is, does she get the submission, does she get TKO, or does she win a decision? I'm gonna say, do I think Robertson's gonna be pissed off and try and get the finish? I'm gonna say yeah. The more I think about it, I think she's gonna be pissed off and that this got pushed back. She's gonna want to make a case for a title shot. I think she will. Give me Jillian Robertson by submission in a second. The more I think about it, the more that sounds right. This is the second week in a row that, or not second week, but second. No, that's why I did in the second card this year. I picked 2 female submissions. Weird. But yeah, I think the more I think about it, or does she get that TKO? Cause she has been doing TKOs a bit more lately. She has knockout submission on this winning streak. Wow, that's fucking crazy. I did not even notice that she has knockout a fucking submission on this winning streak. She's going for TKOs now. I don't know, has Lemos ever been finished like that? At strawweight? No. Cause I know that one loss was in her debut at like fucking bantamweight. What are people picking? No one picking TKO, everyone going submission. Fuck. Fuck it. I'm gonna go pissed off Robertson. Give me Robertson by TKO in a second. Ground and pound. Same thing she did to Marina. Same thing she did to Polly. This is a more pissed off Robertson. She wants that title shot. I think she's gonna smash Lemos. The more I think about it, I could just see it now. Give me Robertson by TKO in a second. Maybe that's a bad pick. Maybe she does get the submission, and if so, I'm a fucking idiot. But I'm gonna say she grounds and pounds Lemos out here, and gets the win. So give me Jill Robb by TKO in the second. Could it be a submission? Yes. Could it be a 30-26 decision? Yes. But I just feel like Robertson's gonna be pissed off here and she's gonna go at Lemos and beat her ass. So give me Robertson by TKO in the second. I think we are getting a pissed off, motivated, wanting that title shot Robertson. I think she gets it here. So give me Joe Robb by TKO in the second to make her claim for a title shot. So, let's see, it could Lemos win, I guess. Don't know, it would be a fucking miracle, I guess. I'm gonna say it doesn't happen. Give me Robertson TKO in the second. It's risky. It's a fucking risky one. 4.4% picking that. The more I think about it, she doesn't have a submission on this winning streak. She hasn't really even been going for them that much, it would seem. Give me a TKO in the second. Let's see it. Is she gonna get her 3rd retirement winning streak? Let's find out. And then finally, all that leads to is the main event of the evening. Still probably shouldn't be the main event, but I'm not upset at it. As we have in our main event of the evening, the biggest age gap in main event history. Unk versus Prospect, as we have in our main event of the evening in the featherweight division. I think it's number, 12 versus 13 or some shit, along those lines. The biggest age gap ever. Unk versus Child, pretty much. We have in the main event, to end off a really fun card, hopefully, Josh CCO Emmett versus Kevin El Chino Vallejos. Yeah, Josh Emmett ain't winning this fight. Sorry, Unk, it's just not fucking happening. 41 versus 24 years old, the biggest age gap in a main event ever, I believe. Good luck. Could Emmett land one of those bombs and win? Sure, won't going to happen. We'll talk about Emmett real quick, even though I usually don't do this for this, but usually for fight night ones. And we have the Unk here, Josh Emmett, 19-6, 41 years old. I just turned 41 from a week ago, 10-6 in the UFC. Yeah, he's not doing too great lately. He had that nice run that night that got him an interim title fight against Jair. You know, most people think he lost to Cater. He got that interim title fight against Jair, lost. Got that Ilya fight where he got fucking battered for 5 rounds and somehow didn't get finished. Did end Bryce Mitchell's run of being a normal human being. But ever since then, Earl Murphy beat him last year. Yusuf Zalal beat him, which is embarrassing. And now he's fighting Kevin Vallejos, who is looking like Argentinian Ilya. Ooh, it's gonna be intriguing, man. This is gonna be intriguing. Again, could he get the lucky shot off and win? I guess. Outside of that, I just don't know how a 41-year-old Josh Emmett stands any fucking chance against Kevin Vallejos. Even 31-year-old Josh Emmett, I would have strong doubts about beating Vallejos. So, good luck, Unk. I think this should be his last dance, especially if he gets beat badly here. Yeah, it should be Emmett's last dance, in my opinion. But we'll see if he does hang it up after this. If he does lose, time is time. Go to boxing. You have more than enough power for boxing, so see what happens, though. Because he is fighting the 24-year-old future of the division, it would seem Kevin Vallejos, Argentinian Ilya, 17-1, 24 years old, 3-0 in the UFC, coming off Contender Series where his only career loss happened to Gene Silva. I think we've heard of that guy before. Since he has just been winning in the UFC, he ran through Sung Woo Choi, Danny Silva, and Giga Chikadze, handing Giga his first ever knockout loss. Yeah, this kid's special. And if this kid is not a champion, I'm worried to see what goes wrong in his career, because he's fucking phenomenal. He truly is just phenomenal. He is a lot like Ilya. His striking, his power, not only his power is as good as Ilya, and his striking isn't either, but it's like it a lot. He's just good. He's so good. Argentina actually has a good fighter again, with Ponzinibbio being washed as can be, and Eileen Perez being good, but Vallejos is better. Second ever Argentinian in the main event. The last one was Ponzinibbio in Argentina, and let's see what happens, man. Big moment for Vallejos. The UFC sees what they got with him. We all see what we got with Vallejos. This kid is special, now on the biggest stage in the main event. Can he make the most of it? Let's find out. This kid is good. This kid is really fucking good. Now he just has to prove it under the biggest lights in the main event. And hopefully after this we can get him out the goddamn Apex. Jesus Christ. And the bangers for his fight have Kevin Vallejos, the biggest favorite on the card, at minus 500 to plus 375. Yeah, I agree. I sorry, Emmett, but I 100% fucking agree. I just don't see a world where a 41-year-old Josh Emmett beats a 24-year-old Kevin Vallejos. I just don't. Vallejos is an inch taller, Emmett has 2 inches in reach, and Vallejos is 94% picked. I'm actually shocked 6% going Josh Emmett. Yeah, I'm going Kevin Vallejos, and he's my lock of the night here. I just don't see him losing. He didn't get finished by Gene Silva. He took a beating there. Emmett has great power, might land a big shot. I just don't think he's gonna knock him out. If he doesn't knock him out, then Emmett's gonna take a beating and lose here, in my opinion. So, give me Kevin Vallejos to get the win here by, I'm gonna say, knockout in the second or third. I don't think first round, I don't think fourth or fifth. I'm feeling second or third. I'm gonna say third, I believe. I'm gonna say third round. Do what Ilya could not do, and that is finish Josh Emmett. In a main event. Give me Kevin Vallejos by knockout in the, I'll say third. Lock of the night. If Emmett won this, it would be one of the most shocking upsets of all time, like Lonnie Kavanagh won. We just saw a few weeks ago, so maybe it wouldn't be too crazy, but it has to happen for it to be an upset, so will it happen? Let's see. I'm going Kevin Vallejos by knockout in the, I guess third, yeah, lock of the night. Might change to second round, we'll see, but yeah, give me knockout in the third, I'll say. Might be second, might be first, but I'm gonna say I have a weird feeling about the third round, so I'll go with that. And yeah, that should retire old man Emmett, and kid's legit, man. If he can finish Emmett, what Ilya could not do, that will be insane, and should be a hell of a way to end the night with a bang in the main event. The young beats the old, like they always should. Not they don't always do, but always should. Lock of the night, main event, first main event lock of the year. See if the kid is really that damn good. That being said, boom. That was a card to go over my picks one more time. Sam Hughes by decision, Hector Sosa by decision, B.M. Mesquita by submission in the first, Eric Anders by decision, Balaji Oki by decision, Elijah Smith by decision, Stephen Asplund by knockout in the third, Miktabek Oralbai by decision, Charles Johnson by decision, Omar Sy by decision, Marwan Rahiki by knockout in the second, Jose Delgado by knockout in the first, Jillian Robertson by TKO in the second, and Kevin Vallejos by knockout in the third. Lock of the night. Bang. There you go. What is that? Six finishes out of 14 fights. If I had to pick another finish, I'd probably say Oral by maybe? Nah, probably not. I'd probably say maybe either Omar Sy or maybe Hector Sosa. But I'm happy with the finishes I got. And see what happens, man. See what happens. I think this card's good. Again, if the order was better, this would be a much better looking card on paper, but still a great fucking card in my opinion. Again, already better than 326, and I'm excited. I'm so fucking excited for this card. Vallejos, Robertson, Delgado, Johnson, Oral by Asplund, so many good fighters and fights. I'm excited, and let's see what fucking happens, shall we? So, we're gonna find out what happens Sunday in the recap video. So keep an eye out for that. Stream-wise, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You already know the deal. Shorts, you know the deal there. Now no one watches them anyway. And yeah, there you go. 14 fights, long ass breakdown. Hopefully if the recap is shorter, then that means some fights sucked. So hopefully the card's good. I have high faith for this card, and see what happens. So that being said, not really too much else to be said. Give this card a chance. You might not regret it. Can't promise it, but you shouldn't regret it. So we'll see. But yeah, with that being said, the only thing left to be said is, as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, turn so we go by the end of 2026. As always, unless I'm going to say something which I don't believe I am, I believe that only leaves one thing left to say, and that is, as always, RX out. Good vibes. Only